This took place when I was 8 years old. I grew up in a fairly touristy part of Australia that had a main highway running through the middle of it. We used to get all sorts of people stopping by to check out the bushwalks and old buildings, but I digress. We always kept 2 to 3 dogs. The 3 that saved me this time were a German Shepherd, a Pyrenean Mountain Dog, and a Golden Retriever. We lived on a large block, backing onto some heavy bushland. Now that the background is out of the way, let's begin. I had taken my bike for a ride to the shops, about 1.5 kilometers away, or just under a mile. Riding my bike was the only time I was allowed to go to the shop on my own without taking one of the dogs. I was just finishing up the hot chips from the fish and chip shop when I noticed a man staring at me from across the car park. Thinking that it was a bit odd, but that there were a lot of oddballs around, I brushed it off and started on my way home. When I was about 20 meters down the road, I ran over a screw and the rear tire in my bike blew out. I was less than impressed and was not looking forward to pushing my bike all the way home with a flat tire. As I was about to head off, pushing my bike, the old man walked up and said, "Hello, got a flat tire, I see?" To which I responded uncertainly, "Yeah." He then said something along the lines of, "I'm just a tourist passing through town, and I'm looking for an old friend's place. It's on Rich's Road. Maybe if you show me how to get there, I can give you a ride home in my truck." This didn't sound right to me, as I knew the street that he was talking about, and there weren't many houses on it. It was mostly just a narrow road leading to a bushwalking trail, with an old abandoned boarding school along it. I had also been taught all about stranger danger in school, and knew better than to go with a strange man. I said, "No thanks, but if you just go up the highway a little way, it's on the left. I'm going to go to the petrol station and call my dad to come and get me." Which I did, but he wasn't home and Mum was at work, so I decided, since I couldn't see the man anymore, I'd just suck it up and push my bike home. I had forgotten about it that night, as the rest of the day had passed by uneventfully. We had the usual weekend neighbourhood get-together at our house, and then I went to bed. Early in the morning, I woke up with a start, and as my tired eyes and brain adjusted, I realised that I could see a man standing in my room. A man that was not my father. The odd man from the shops had snuck over the back fence. Because the dog slept at the back door and my window was around the corner, they had not woken up and he had not seen them. He'd proceeded to climb through my open window, which was often open as it gets quite hot in summer. I froze for a second and he just pushed his finger to his lips. "Shh!" I screamed and the look on his face dropped to fear when the deep rumbling bark of Zeus, the Pyrenean Mountain Dog, reverberated through the house. Side note for those of you who don't know of Pyrenean Mountain Dogs, they are huge, and Zeus was big for his breed. He stood at over 6 feet tall when he stood on his legs, and his teeth were an inch long. In short, he was a huge, white, fluffy mountain of muscle and protective instinct. The guy booked it out the window, but not fast enough. Zeus, Odin the German Shepherd, and Ares the Retriever rounded the corner of the house and lunged, bringing the man down screaming in agony. With 3 dogs tearing at him, he somehow managed to get to his feet again and make it to and through the side gate. Airy stayed with me once the man got to the gate, and my parents and sister came charging into my room. They managed to get out of me what had happened, and my mum called the police, while my dad went to find the creep and the dogs. He didn't have far to go. They had a hold of him in the street. One latched onto his arm, and the other onto his leg. The neighbours, who were woken by the noise, helped Dad get the dogs back and kept the man from escaping until the police arrived. He was arrested and taken to hospital. They asked me some questions, but I never saw him again. So, creepy guy who climbs in through windows, if you are still alive and free, let's not meet. Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. This story was My Dogs Saved Me by D4Z91. Thank you for letting me narrate your story. If you enjoyed this story, then please remember to like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Also, if you can, share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay sinister.